South African, Filipino, what similarities do you see?
Maybe I'll go back and say we have the same history of oppression. So whatever comes out of that history, people who are going to adopt survival mechanisms and do similar things. I was just telling the father rectors and the deans of this and the president of the chamber that, you know, you would think people would be so angry. But when you have anger, you find a way of dealing with your anger in a positive way. South Africans are like the Philippines in the sense that they like jokes. We can be in serious, I was telling somebody who would be in a funeral, everybody's crying, and somebody will just actually make a joke and everybody would laugh. Filipinos, they'll be discussing serious issues about themselves and they're making jokes about it. What kind? What's this? I think that's why I thought, these people are similar to us, they're really not different. Yes. You find a way of dealing with it. You ended up being very friendly people. So if you've been to South Africa, they'll tell you, oh, South Africans are very friendly people.
Actually, I had a friend from the media who went to South Africa. By the way, friends, South Africa is one developed country, I should say, based on his experience.
Yes, based on his experience. But and look, as long as there are inequalities, we don't want to be lumped in with the developed countries. Because you still have blacks there whose future and stuff has to be dealt with because of apartheid. So you can't say when one sector is developed, you say the whole sector, the whole people are developed now. We still have those challenges.
I do understand that, but somehow in his experience, he was telling me South Africa has a better economy when it comes to. That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, in a way he's right, but that doesn't mean we're developed. We are developing.
Okay, developing.
Yes, we're developing.
Thank you for that correction. This time, Her Excellency, we will now hear some questions from some students and some faculty members, and maybe even members of the media. And to help us in the open forum, here is Mr. Jude Marks Colina. Jude, take it away.
Thank you, Robert. For those who have questions, you can either write it in a piece of paper or use the microphone and ask directly our guest of honor. In asking, please state your name and the department you are from. Each of those who will ask is only allowed to have one follow-up question.
So any brave soul out there? He's the first brave person in the hall.
Good. I was going to comment, before he said, I was going to comment that any student who's here wants to be a future leader and writes on a paper and doesn't want to face the micro, the teachers must note down.
Good morning, Your Excellency.
Morning.
I'm Renato B. Alondres III, an ABIS student of this university.
Great.
Here's my question. Your Excellency, as the only pro-LGBT country in Africa, what can you say about the hate crimes against LGBT people worldwide?
LGBT, the lesbian, bisexual, gay, transsexual.
Oh, okay. In South Africa, we are a very open society that accommodates everybody. So really, this is what the world is still grappling with. There's some form of discrimination. So who am I to say about how the other person wants to lead their lives and think my way of leading my life is the best? Who has that yardstick? And as long as I don't have that yardstick, do I have the right, therefore, to judge? Those are the questions that we'll forever ask ourselves. Is it not a discrimination? It's the same as what happened in South Africa. Is that everybody who's black, inferior. You can't get the education that is the same as everybody else. You are white, yes, you are the chosen race. So, I mean, really. In South Africa, we don't have a problem.
Thank you, Excellency.
All right, John?
Thank you, Renato, and thank you, Your Excellency. For those who have questions, you are very welcome to approach the microphone. And you may either submit a paper containing your question, and I will read it out for you.
Okay, there's one lady down there. Just
Good morning, Your Excellency. I am Karen Suarez, a student of International Relations. My question is, how did Nelson Mandela change and influence African regional politics as well as the African regional ideals and principles?
Okay? How did he influence it? Most of the African countries will end up undergoing the same thing of transformation in terms of from colonial domination. If you look at the history of Africa, it's either by the French or by the Dutch somewhere or by any other force or Britain or something. The whole thing, he encouraged the emancipation of people, because it's not right to be for anybody to want to make other people subjected to be their subjects. You understand? So he gave that sort of people see him also other elders as a leader in that. But more so because the transition was almost bloodless. No blood was shed. How many countries can say we attained our freedom, yet there was no blood shed? Because as human beings, you want revenge. Really, so it was remarkable for him to lead that world and say, you can attain your freedom peacefully. Yes.
John?
Thank you, Karen, and thank you for your answers, Your Excellency. Are there any questions?
Come on. Let Jude do his work.
Good morning. Good morning, Her Excellency. Welcome to Cebu.
Thank you.
I am Rogelio Aguanta II from the Department of Political Science. My question, it was said a while ago that South Africa is a rich country economically. So how can you, as a South African point of view, how can you help Philippines, or how can you suggest to us Filipinos that we could help our economy boost like South Africa?
From what I've learned, the Philippines is a country which is rich in mineral resources. You have one of the best gold deposits and other minerals, from what I heard, because South Africa is the same. Our wealth lies in mineral resources, and the country has utilized its mineral resources to create wealth. And therefore, when you create wealth, you create jobs for people. So, I mean, I'm not sure about the real dynamics, but I know there's a sector which can be developed to create more jobs for the Philippines, and therefore grow the economy even further.
So one follow-up question. So, does it mean that the African nation or the South African nation is making the mining industry more livable to all the people, to all the South African people? So here in the Philippines, mining is a very bad issue. It's not a bad issue, but it is not really acceptable because of the danger. So yeah.
Now they're putting me in a spot.
Well, you can get out of that. Don't worry.
Can I get out? Okay. Look, we had a competition with the students in Baguio, and one of the, so I'm going to sort of capture what he said, the winner of that competition. He said simply, everything we do in life, we impact negatively on the environment. Now, that's his facts, and I think, wow, yes. Yes, everything we do, we wake up. The first thing we brush our teeth with the Colgate, it goes out, that water is already polluted. So we go on and on and on. We go into cars. Those cars are made from material from mining. And what do those cars do? They emit gases. What are we doing? Polluting the environment. The list goes on and on and on. And he said, what we must know is that each and everything that we do impacts on the environment. What is important is how we ensure that we have mechanisms in place to minimize the impact on the environment. And I thought, for a 15 years old, that was a mature statement. And because I agreed with him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Jude, how many questions more?
We have 2 more questions.
All right. Last 2 questions.
Hello? It's a tall young man.
I'd like to ask how Nelson Mandela was able to forgive his enemies. What you said, Africa was colonized by the French.
In all of us, we have what we call, I'm not sure, I'm treading into the subject that the father rectors would talk about, isn't it? In each one of us, we have got the bad and the good. He's just one of those who managed to let the good prevail over the bad. Because you could have simply said, you get out of this country, it was not yours anyway. But he said, no, you helped build it, let's agree on building it together. It's like you making a choice. Somebody says something negative to you and you make a choice, I'm going to now put a fist on the face or talk to that person. We all have those choices. But he was a visionary in the fact that he realized that if he chose the other negative one, we would be wallowed in war after war after war. This was the only one who should ensure that we actually live peacefully. He was a visionary. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita, and thank you for your answers, Your Excellency. Now, this is the last question. This is from second-year students of the Department of the Political Science.
And where are they? They must stand up. Stand up, I'm serious, stand up. Oh, okay, so we see you. Good. Now I can answer.
His question, Your Excellency, is this. What can you say about the current anomaly regarding the Philippine government? Are there similarities between the Philippine and the South African government?
Another corner.
I thought you'd like to respond.
Okay, I will respond. I think, remember I said at the beginning, if you're listening well, I said there are similarities between the Philippines and South Africa, in that we were all colonized. So what we are dealing with is now issue of development, to make sure that the development is for everybody. I think those are similarities, in that also government has programs of housing, programs of to ensure that everybody has a, there's a pie out there, and how do you then make sure that everybody has a slice of that pie?
Thank you, Your Excellency. I believe those are all the questions we have for you. Back to you, Robert.
Okay, thank you, Jude, and thank you to all of you who asked questions. And then, of course, thank you, Your
Thank
Excellency.
you, thank you.
Now, before I will be asking for additional questions, it's time to talk about this essay writing contest that the Embassy of South Africa has sponsored. That revolved on the theme peace and reconciliation. And I think we already have some winners right here will be awarded. And so we will now request Your Excellency to be assisted by the University President
Yes.
of USJ-R, Reverend Father Enrico Peter A. Sila, in awarding the winners of this year's essay contest. Okay, so there are actually 3 consolation prizes. Each of them will receive 500 peso gift check from National Bookstore. And then the third prize winner will receive 3,000 pesos worth of gift check from National Bookstore still. Second prize winner will also receive 5,000 pesos worth of gift check from the National Bookstore. And the first prize will receive a 1-unit Samsung tablet. So, remember, peace and reconciliation are themes that are given the main focus of the former President Nelson Mandela's causes. Okay, so I'd like to call, assisting Father Silat and Her Excellency Agnes Pitsu is the chairperson of the SSP, Sir Glenn Pajares. Now, the first of the consolation prize winner is